Hey everybody, Claude Diamond here with my friend Dan Kalis. And Dan, let me ask you a question. If I went to you and said, Dan, I want to give you your own commercial radio station or your own TV network, what would you say to that?
I would say, okay, yes, what are the details? What's involved?
Your own NBC, nothing but Claude. Your own radio's network, Sirius or whatever. You'd say, great, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you want our own something like that and have all that media at your feet?
Who's my audience?
Well, who listens to radio and TV? Wasn't that the medium in the 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s, and still today to some extent, right?
Right.
Okay. Well, today it's 2015. It's not 1994. Okay. We have those applications. I have been successfully using Meerkat. I have been using Periscope. I have been using YouTube. We have all these wonderful mediums where we literally can have our own podcast or podcasting. We have our own radio. We can have our own TV and broadcasting network now. Guess how much it would cost?
Are you saying we don't need permission from these producers? We don't.
I go on Meerkat and Periscope. I broadcast a lot of times my phone calls, my original creative content, my intellectual property. I get a following from Twitter or from Facebook or from my opt-in database, and I can broadcast to people who hopefully retweet or rebroadcast a lot of the things I do. On Periscope, for instance, when I do a video, maybe 5 minutes, like some of the role plays you do on selling and things like that, that stays on Periscope for 24 hours. So, and it's rebroadcasted. Or I can make a copy and I can put it into YouTube. We literally today can have our own TV and radio broadcasting companies. Why aren't we taking advantage of that in marketing our business?
Well, a lot of people start doing that. The key is staying consistent with it and continue to go. If you go and you watch, Game of Thrones, which is a show that I like from HBO, they don't just air it 1 week and then you don't see it for 6 more weeks. It's consistent, and I'll take that even.
That's a short story, isn't it?
Game of Thrones.
That's a bad joke. We'll forget I said that.
Okay.
The main character in the Game of Thrones.
Short story. Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay, we won't market to that niche. So I would take the video thing even a step further and say not only from a mass media getting it out, you've had incredible success with your YouTube videos, and we're getting to that point as well, podcasting, all those things. But even the use of private one-on-one video as a way to kind of separate yourself, and I almost feel like I don't even want to give away this kind of secret, but most people probably won't even take advantage of it. But I want to help people anyway. But talking to sellers, talking to prospects. In this day and age, there's no reason you can't use things like BombBomb or iJot and do video emails to shoot a 10, 20-second video on your iPhone, your smartphone, and even text it to a prospect and give them a primer. Yep, you got Meerkat, you're broadcasting. But these little things, whether it's one-on-one and separating yourself so they see a face, because people that see a face that are familiar on video, it's like a little small version of celebrity. The platform speaker sells the most products because he who stands on the platform has all the power. He or she who's on video is a TV star, a radio star. So using these things on one-on-one, through email, through text, through mass platforms, YouTube, even Vimeo, stuff like that. Now with these live broadcasting, Claude's a great example of that. There's no reason we can't. And the one example I was going to give earlier was, my sister-in-law was raising money to do a missions trip. And was getting pretty decent results on one of the, Kickstarter crowdfunding platforms. And I said to her, why don't you record yourself on video, telling why this trip is important to you, what you're going to do, who it helps, who it benefits. Show the emotion. Don't manufacture.
Tell a story.
Tell a story.
People love stories. You were just telling Game of Thrones. That's a story, man.
Great story.
It's a great story. It's enthralling. You want to watch it week after week. When we do our marketing, we used it in one of our other videos. You said the word creative, remember? Creative real estate. We have to create intellectual property. Where's our strength? In video? Like you and I are doing right now? Is it blogging, putting out text, copy? Is it audio, doing podcasts and things like that? What is your strength? And if you don't have any of these strengths, Find somebody who can put out original, compelling content and broadcast it. Start your own radio and TV broadcasting company and watch the leads come in.
Well, not everybody is as handsome as you or me, so they can't, video's not going to work as good. Some people have a face for radio, but you got to play to your strengths.
What's the old joke when the baby was so ugly when he was born they slapped the mother? The thing about it is, we are a marketing machine. We are our own media empire. Okay. Yep. We have the technology. We have, what is that, the $1 Million Man? We now have the technology. We don't have to buy a radio station. We don't have to pay a radio station for a commercial. We can take our niche or sub-niche content. We can put out compelling, interesting content, and people will gravitate towards us, and thereby we get the leads, and our business will succeed.
That's right. You heard it here, folks. Get on YouTube, get on podcasts, get yourself out there, be a media company first, and then a real estate investor, or then a real estate agent, or then a restaurant owner, whatever it is.
Exactly. Thank you, Dan.
Appreciate it, Claude.